you actually stood out. So what made you choose a different career path?
I thought to myself, there should be more.
One thing about Qatar that I've noticed about Qatar is, what can you offer? Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shioma. If you're just seeing this beautiful face for the first time, it's good to have you here. And today, as you all can see, I am not the only one here. I have a beautiful friend with me, and I will allow her to introduce herself. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi Shioma vlog lovers.
Yeah.
Welcome to this channel again. My name is Adeshola. You can find me on YouTube also.
Yeah.
Adeshola Konka. Welcome to the channel. We have exciting stuff for you today. Stay tuned.
Yeah. So on today's content on sharing experiences on living in Qatar, we're going to be asking Shola some questions. I know you all are going to find these questions very intriguing, and you all are going to as well learn from this. I've gotten tons of this type of questions, but it's better for me to ask someone who has actually faced it, okay, than me coming here to sit down in the camera and tell you what I'm not really sure of, because in this channel we only spread the truth. So now back to you, Shola. Would like to know, how long have you been in Qatar?
Okay, so I've been in Qatar. This year will make my 6th year. I came 2017. Yeah, so 6 years.
Okay.
OG, I think.
Yeah. And how is it like relocating, leaving home, and coming over to Qatar here? I know that your husband was here before you came in, right?
It was definitely a adjustment. It was definitely an adjustment and total shift of, coming from one culture, one climate, something you've known for the past 20-something years of your life, to a totally different culture. Yeah, so it was a huge change. I think the first 2 years was quite difficult, but when I found my footing, yeah, I was more relaxed and into it. Yeah.
Okay. And I would like to ask you, because a lot of people have asked this question, how is it like relocating under a family visa? Can you just take us through the relocation process for you, just simplify it for us? How was it like, and what you did actually?
I think one of the easiest ways to relocate to countries in the Middle East like Qatar is through the family visa.
That's true.
And like you mentioned earlier, my husband was already working here for 4 years. So when we got married, he, as a resident, he just had to apply for an RP, a resident permit, to me as his wife. So yeah, so it was easy, it was seamless back then. Maybe it's a little more difficult now, because now the salary range is higher and all. But back then, 6 years ago, it was seamless. You just had to apply, get an NOC from his company, and say, okay, I want to bring my wife here. This is our marriage certificate and this, and yeah, it was approved, and here we are.
Yeah, 6 years after.
Yeah, exactly.
I know when 5 years, 6 years ago, when we came into Qatar, a lot of people were going into teaching. The teaching field. A lot of women were going into that field.
Right.
But you actually stood out. When I met you, you were not even talking about the teaching line. So what made you choose a different career path?
Okay.
And tell us the career path you chose.
Okay. That's an interesting question. It's true. Like when I came and I was trying to, because originally in Nigeria I was working with Sterling Bank. I was working in the banking. So when I came to Qatar and I was looking for opportunities or what to do, everybody was like, oh, for Africans, especially for African women, it's hard to get a job. It's difficult if you are not white or from the West. Okay, so I asked people, okay, so what are my options? They're like, oh, teaching. Most Nigerian women are into teaching. And I found out to be true. Almost everybody, as long as you're a wife, and it's easier for you to get a job, especially when the schools know you are under your husband's sponsorship. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll take you. You're safe for us. Yeah. Well, I was like, okay, I mean, teaching is good. Please don't get me wrong. It's a noble profession, but I wasn't really interested. I wasn't interested. It's not. So I thought to myself, there should be more.
Definitely.
There must be more. I know I have some good administrative skills, I would say, and I saw myself as more of an administrative person than being in the classroom and children bugging my mind. So I was like, okay, let me find options in the administrative field. So that is where I shifted my direction to. I know after some time, although I won't say it was easy, it took a while. I never went into teaching. After finding a job for think a year plus. Then I got my first job as an administrative assistant at a facility management company. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's how I totally did not go into teaching as the main profession in Qatar.
Yeah, you have your degree in criminology and psychology, right?
Yeah.
Was there any course that you did to like help you like get this administrative job?
No.
No.
No, I I did not. I did not. Funny enough, I think at the point when I was getting frustrated, like I wasn't getting the kind of job I wanted to, then I was like, okay, maybe I'll finally settle to teaching. Then I think I registered for one teaching course, EYFS or LES. LES, yeah, I registered for it, but I didn't even go through with it. But then I got my first administrative skill. I went for the interview and my administrative job rather. I went for the interview and they took me. So I didn't even do any course. I think sometimes you might need to do a course and sometimes it's not important.
It's your skill.
As long as you prove yourself.
You know, there's one thing about Qatar that I've noticed about Qatar is what can you offer? Most of the times it's not about your certificate like other Western nations, okay?
Sure.
It's what can you offer.
You have to prove yourself.
Yeah, you have to prove yourself. And most of you people, I've said it on my channel before, once you are going on an interview, it's not a time for you to be humble. This is a time for you to like prove yourself. Like tell anybody that's interviewing you, this is what I can do, this is what I can offer. Now you can hear from Adeshola's story that she did not actually do any course, okay? But don't go and say that you will not do any course.
Yeah, the situations
different.
vary.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off. I think one skill I've learned is in interviews you have to learn how to stand out. Everybody is going to come to the interview and come with their CVs. I'm going to tell you one huge secret. You're not going to hear this from
She's a manager, so learn from her now. So that when you are submitting.
Exactly. You're going to pay for this. But anytime I ever get an interview or I'm going somewhere, I always find a way to stand out. And how do I stand out? I know everybody's going to come for an interview ready to talk. Most people want to see you in action. So one key thing when you're going for an interview is always have an action plan. When I go for an interview, no matter the position, I make an action plan. I'm like, okay, if you give me this job, this is my plan for the next 3 months. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to turn your company around. And most people in Qatar are surprised by that.
Are you guys learning?
It rings in their head. They're like, who is this person? They just expect someone to come in for interview and say, this is my CV and talk. I'm like, okay, have you finished listening to me? Okay, so this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do in month 1. This is what I'm going to do in month 2. This is what I'm going to do in month 3. I think that has landed me every job.
And that's because of you have made research about the company you're going to.
And the role.
And then you know how to make your action plan.
Exactly.
Hope you guys are learning from this.
So action plan.
Very, very important.
It is.
Especially when you're even new in Qatar now, you're trying to like get your...
To break in.
Yeah, you're trying to break in. At least take this point. If not taken from this video, take this point, action plan. Well, let's come to the family aspect because same questions about family in Qatar. I want to ask you, like she's a mother of 2 beautiful girls. How were you able to navigate the work life and family here in Qatar?
That's a good one. Thank you. I think it's not easy, as we all know, as a mother and someone trying to have a career at the same time. You need help. You need what? Help. Like, I don't know. I don't care. There's no way you can do it. Especially
you cannot do it alone.
In a country like this where you don't have family members to help you. Like, you need help. So for me, I have just decided I would always need help. So when you need something. So my help is like I have to get a nanny for my kids to help me maybe when I'm at work or to help me with like little tasks that I can't be at home 24/7 and I can't be at work 24/7. So that help, I think, has helped me plan better and navigate family and work and career.
Okay, that's a good one. And looking at the settings in Qatar, how do you think do you think Qatar is okay to live with your family, comparing it to other Western world?
I am very grateful to have the opportunity to have lived in this country. First of all, I think Qatar is a very family-oriented country. It's very lower crime rates, good access to healthcare. For me, my experience is it is one of the best. point note, when your children are like toddlers. Because we come from Africa where we have a very, very rich social life. So maybe when your children are getting to like teenage years, it might become boring in quotes for them because
in Qatar.
Yeah, in Qatar. But for like the toddler years when they are still little growing, I think it's a very good and nice environment for them and for the family to grow up in. The country promotes family values. I mean, in Qatar, when I came, my husband was going to the market to buy meat. In Nigeria, which husband would do? How many husbands would do that?
Listen to you. I am the man of the house.
Exactly.
I cannot do this.
But here, when you go to the market as a woman, you even look weird because it's men who are mostly in the market.
You know the part I love so much that part used to sweet me. When we go to the mall, and my husband is the one pushing the trolley. I'm just putting it.
Exactly. So it promotes that unity. Like you have to work together. Everybody has to come together to do something. It's not on one person. So I think it promotes that family value.
And I want to say this thing, like maybe you are someone that maybe you and your husband, you guys can go a week without talking to yourself. And you're thinking of relocating to Qatar. Drop that attitude.
Not for you. Exactly.
Because you're going to really feel the boredom because you need someone to talk to.
You need each other.
Yeah. There are times that you want to talk to your friend. Your friend is busy. She's at work. She does not have your time. And the person that you're supposed to talk to in the house, you're keeping malice. So start to pray now that God take away the spirit of malice from me. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just on a lighter note. Anything you want to do with your family, do. Now you know. While the next one for me is, how will you compare childcare over here in Qatar, like when it comes to the nanny, when it comes to the school, how will you like really talk about it?
Childcare in Qatar compared to back home is quite expensive.
Okay.
I would say. I mean, it's there if you want it, if you need it, but you pay through your teeth. You pay through your nose.
But if you have to compare to the Western, like UK, for example, you know how they're really complaining about childcare, how much per hour?
That's true. I think anywhere apart from home it's really expensive. Because back home we depend on family labor of love. You have your cousins. You're like, okay, I'm tired, go to your grandma. But here there is nobody here like that. So every extra service you're getting, you're paying through your tooth. So it's quite expensive, but I mean if it's for your children, so I think it's also an investment.
And you know, there's one good thing about Qatar that I love so much. Yeah, even though there is no free education, okay, guys, there's no free education.
No free education. So
yeah.
Count the number of children you have.
So if you're giving birth to 6, know that you will need money.
You're paying.
But the good thing there is that, you know, in Qatar, I'll say that fingers are not equal. They have different schools and the ones you can afford, okay? But if you want to go and do competition with your friend, maybe your friend is going, a child is going to one expensive school and you cannot afford it. And you say that, no, that is what I want to go and do. You will have a dick. Yeah. You will land in Hamad. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So now, let's come back to the working aspect.
Yeah.
What will you talk about the working environment here in Qatar? A lot of people, maybe someone that is back home, they're planning to come to Qatar, or maybe some they're already in Qatar, but they're searching for job. They want to know, like, how is the working environment here in Qatar for you?
For me personally, honestly, there's no one size fits all because Qatar is a land of expatriates. So you have over 100 nationalities in this country. So sometimes you might be working with Arabs fully, sometimes you might be working with Indians, sometimes you might be working with British people. So the working environment, I think, depends on whom or where you are working. Yeah. I found it. I've worked with people who are like from Egypt, and I felt like working with them is quite different from working with people who are from the West. Yeah, so I don't want to say there's one size fits all. The environment you get honestly depends on the mentality and the nationality you're working with. That's what I would.
But how were you able to like manage it? Because even though, for example, you're working in this environment and you found out that, for example, this environment is toxic, it as well depends on you. What can you do to avoid that toxic nature not to affect you? So you as a person, how were you able to manage? Like, I'm very sure that most of the time in your office you might find out that you are the only black there.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
How were you able to manage it, like standing alone?
First of all, confidence. Because you are black, and because you are from Nigeria, and because you have a weak passport, should not make you have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Once you have low self-esteem, anywhere you find yourself, you've lost the battle. Okay? Like, I mean, I don't look at yourself as being black and be timid about anything. People will ride on you anyway once you have low self-esteem. So as long as you know what you're doing, what you are there for, you're doing your job, be confident in yourself and do your job. Let everything be job-based. Let your points, if there is an issue at the office or at the work, like if it's not about the job, it shouldn't concern you. You shouldn't take it to heart. If someone is having an issue with you and they've not come to tell you, I have an issue with you, I don't take it as anything. Like I don't put it to head. See, you come to speak with me actually that, oh, I have an issue with you or you've done this. I take it as, I will still see you and smile, but you've not spoken with me. Okay, we don't have an issue.
We don't have an issue. Just keep it to yourself.
Exactly. So I would say confidence, like keep it professional.
And you know, in regards to that confidence, I have noticed like our mindset as Africans has really affected us and drawn us back. You know, there are some things that ordinarily I might do to you because I'm human. Yeah. Or maybe because I'm a white person, I did that thing to you. You feel like, oh, she's a racist. That's why she did this to me. I just feel like our mindset has really affected us. There are some things that we as Africans that maybe we can say. Yeah. Not even only Africans, because I know I have Asians. I have a lot of nationality I'm speaking to. Yeah. There are some things that you as an Asian person, you can say. But because of that fear or that mindset,
timidity, you're already timid. You feel someone is already superior to you because of their race.
If I say anything, say, oh, maybe because she's a black, that's why she's saying this to me. Or maybe because of she's a white, that's why she's saying this to me. I need you all to like take away that mindset from you. Okay, not everything that happens to you it's racism. Race. No. I keep on saying, like, you know, I have spoken to someone. And the person was telling me that, oh, this thing happened to me because of my color and everything. I said, no. This person did whatever it is to you because of that person is a human.
Yes.
That's why that person did that
not because
to
of
you.
Your
not
race.
Because of your race. And once we start taking that, especially Africans, I'm coming to Africans. When we start taking that out of our minds, we'll be able to face the environment,
the real issue,
the real issue here. If you do anything with me, it's when you tell me that, oh, because of you a black person, that's why I did it to you, or because you are this, that's why. I know that yes, you have an issue with me because of my color.
Yes, exactly.
But once you are doing something to me, I can easily do that thing to you too, and you will not even count. But when a white person does it to you, then you see that it's because of your race.
Don't let your nationality, your race, color hold you back.
Okay. She said confidence, have it. Yeah. Okay. Well, the other question, second to the last question, is, what is one challenge you have actually faced in Qatar, and how were you able to manage it?
That's a very good question. I think my first challenge in Qatar was adapting and finding myself in a new country. Like I said, when I first came to Qatar, I mean, it took me the first 3 months. I was happy, you know, it was a new country, it was a new experience, exploring and all. Then when I really started and everything sank, I'm like, okay, I'm here now. I have to find something doing. I have no family, no friends. You have to start making friends from the scratch.
Oh my God!
You have to start building your career, entering into the workforce. It's quite daunting. So I mean, I was a little bit, I don't want to say depressed, but maybe semi-sad for some time, and for like the 2 years was quite difficult, you know, adjusting and all. But I think when I had to speak to myself and it clicked, like, okay, you're here now.
What can you do?
What can you do? Your life is in your hands. You have to take. It's time for you to take charge. And nobody can make you happy except yourself. Yeah, that's just the truth. Nobody. You have to make moves.
Lately, a lot of people have been migrating to Qatar, and some of them, they are coming and they don't really know the exact thing to do, okay? Like the way I also came here blindly.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
So now what's your advice to those type of people on choosing the right career path?
First of all, make sure you're migrating legally, because it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. It's going to hit you.
Exactly. I mean, if you're coming through family visa, work visa, not hire. Hire is not for working. So it's going to be hard. But if you're migrating legally, fine. Make sure you come and, I don't know, whatever you studied or whatever degree or whatever goal you have in mind, research like top jobs that we have here. If you
Okay.
can get certifications back home for them or experiences before you come, that's nice. And when you come, I mean, put yourself out there, mingle with people.
Yeah, don't just stay indoors.
Don't be isolated. This country is not good to you if you are isolated. You miss on a
A
lot.
lot.
Yeah, mingle with people, ask the right questions, maybe in some Nigerian groups or maybe church groups or mosque groups, wherever you are. Yeah, and put yourself, don't be scared. I mean, if you believe in yourself and you know you have the skills to do things, you will do it. So
Yeah. And one additional point I'm going to say is think out of the box. Like, if there is one thing I learned from Shola today is that she thought out of the or she
Right.
think out of the box.
Yeah.
Don't do everything because you find everybody doing it.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't be
Yeah.
like Shioma. Don't be like Shioma. Be like Shola, that at least you think out of the box. If you find people like doing this particular field and you find out that you cannot really do well in that field, check for the field that you can do well. At first, it might be hard, it might be difficult, but you're going to get through it.
There's always opportunity for you. Don't be limited by your passport, by your race, by anything. Whatever you find, you just have to want it to get it. You will get it.
Yeah, and there's one thing I want you all to learn about Qatar is they give you all the opportunities. Not like back in some Western countries that you have to go back to school and start afresh again.
True. Some you don't even need certifications for, and you just need to prove yourself.
Just prove yourself. They just want to see what you can do. Well, the last one here is, how were you able to switch from administrative assistant to the managerial role? How were you able to do that?
Thank you. That's an interesting question. I think first of all you have to have ambition. Like I've been saying, like you have to have the drive. Like I'm meant for more. Once you believe you're meant for more, then also, like I said in Qatar, you have to prove yourself mostly. I didn't take any certifications. Like my first job was in an administrative role to the manager. I started there. Then I got another job, also an administrative role. I worked in the administrative role for 1 year, and my GM then, my general manager, it was like, oh, I'm going to be out of country for some time. He didn't want to stay in Qatar fully, and it was like, okay, I need somebody to take over. And he called me to the office one day. He's like, Shola, you've been my assistant, and I really see how skilled you are. You prove yourself. Can you take over the manager position? And I was like, I mean, I expected it because I have proved myself to him. Like, okay, I am more than this. But that's why when you start, don't be like, this position is too small.
Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah. Don't be like, some people be like, oh no, I can't start there. This position is it can be an entryway. So like I started as an admin assistant, and in 2 years I was a manager. And from that company, I got another role, even bigger than that, another manager of another bigger company, which I will mention. Yes, and which I'm working now. And also, I think it was, and they saw like, okay, you've been a manager here before, so I mean, you can do it. And in most of these places, I've been like the only black person.
You see,
I've been like the only black person there. So I mean, I feel if I didn't start from where I started from, if I felt, okay, I was a banker in Nigeria, so why would I come and start as an administrative assistant? But that was my headway to go up and higher. So yeah, so just prove yourself. There are people waiting there to see you or that will spot your potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we really learned a lot from your story. Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you for having me today.
You are most welcome, and thank you for agreeing to our invite. And I hope you all learned 1 or 2 things from this video. If you do, please like this video and share with family and friends. And also, she's also a YouTuber, as I said earlier. Go to her channel, subscribe to her channel. Even if it has been long she posted, but once you see that you who have subscribed, she'll be able to post. There are a lot of things that she's actually going to teach you all, okay?
Yeah.
And if you are new to this channel, please do tell them to do what?
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, come and be part of the family. The family is growing.
Shioma vlog.
Yes. And all my returning subscribers, thank you all for always coming back to watch my videos. See you all in the next one, but always remember to love yourself. Bye.